payoff. But you do know that one of the things that's going to make it happen is to request right now. So OJ passed away and all this. I almost can pick out exactly the spot that Roddy and I were talking. And when the show was over, I think we sent somebody out to tank of gas, the rest of the license and registration here on it. So it was good. It was good. It made Roddy feel good. He's a veteran. His contributions to this will be paid fully. So it worked out nicely.
Well, let's talk about how we got there. It's the March 4th Raw. Goldust is doing a video. He's doing lots of heavy-handed stuff here, double entendres, in reference to a Piper's Pit that's setting up the match. It's kind of fun stuff if you're watching with us on YouTube, reelingjr.com. It's been said that, Dustin heard that Dusty was not a big fan of the Goldust gimmick. And it makes me wonder, do you think that's the reason he named his finish Shattered Dreams? Maybe a little wink and a nod to the nickname his dad used, the American Dream. Is that the reason?
Might be. Yeah. I'm sure it contributed to it somewhat, Conrad. How much, I don't know. But when Dustin talked about Goldust being so different from the American Dream, that will help him get out of Dusty's shadow. I got news for you. You ain't never gonna get out of Dusty's shadow. Unless you change your name, your identity, and all that stuff. And I'm being facetious. It's going to take something drastic like that. So what you do, you use it to build your legacy on. It's another brick in the foundation. So I was never for wasting Dusty association.
It's a shame that they were estranged as long as they were, and it just didn't. It wasn't the family that everybody hopes for there for a bit. But I think most families have challenges like that every now and again. And if you're going through that and you've got, you're estranged, I guess, I just want to encourage you to keep up the good fight. Man, life's short, and maybe one day somebody's going to look back with regret. I hope that's not you. There's a lot of pushback in the mainstream media. There's even a gay rights advocacy group that's writing in the local paper for the WWE, in the Stamford Advocate, being very critical of the Goldust character and the way the WWE's programmed him on their TV. GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, is actually coming out and saying that they've had like 100 people protesting the company because of the way they have portrayed the Goldust character, and that we have him pursuing straight men who then beat him up. In particular, this whole backstage brawl, boy, they were under a lot of fire for this. And maybe that's the reason that Vince read that statement on the air. Do you think this character ever got close to having the plug pulled because of the heat, or no?
Probably, Conrad. I don't remember a specific conversation about it other than just in general terms. Are we still good with the push? The motion thereof? Our answer is always yes. We're still, it's what's Bischoff's book?
Controversy creates cash.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what we're leaning on. Something along those lines in that philosophy.
Goldust appearing on mainstream television is going to be on Conan O'Brien on March 21st, just advance of WrestleMania 12. He's totally in character, of course. He's going to come on to Conan to call security. He starts coming on to those guys too. This is, hey, if we're trying to get over It's Bizarre and it's different and we want a little mainstream rub, Conan O'Brien, he was down to clown. You ever meet Conan?
Yeah, nice guy. Nice guy. He brought me, Chan, and my daughter, my youngest daughter, to his show, backstage deal. I think her contact there was Andy Richter.
Okay.
Sidekick. Good wrestler. So, yeah, and Conan's a sweetheart of a guy. Classy, not obstinate, not full of shit. Just a good dude. a hard-working, on-the-road comedian. He finally got his break. And was making the most of it on late night television. So, yeah, nice guy.
WrestleMania 12 is probably one of the high water marks for Goldust and the character. It's March 31st, 1996, Anaheim, California. We've got 15,855 fans there. 12,909 who paid a gate of $737,000. Goldust takes on Roddy Piper in a Hollywood backlight brawl. And, well, you mentioned the White Bronco is a big piece of it. It's obviously taped ahead of time. Roddy is going to insist that things need to be real. So he's going to wind up with a trip to the hospital and all of this too. My goodness. It was violent. It was wild. And then thanks to the OJ footage being spliced in, maybe a little cheesy. What did you think about it?
I didn't think it was cheesy. I thought it was at the moment. And look, again, we're talking about an androgynous wrestler, 6'6", long wig, black lips, black ear, black eye. Okay. This ain't normal. I mean, as unique as pro wrestling is in general, the Goldust character made it even that much more unique, special.
Would you consider this match to be one of the first cinematic matches in pro wrestling?
Yeah, sure. Pre-taped, edited, and I think, as I recall, the editing was somewhat less than one would think. Those guys pulled it off. They knew what they wanted to do. They'd brainstormed, they'd strategized, and now it's time to execute. And when you got a guy like Roddy Piper who's got a spotlight on him in a event called WrestleMania, you know you would get some good shit. Same thing for Dustin. WrestleMania, that's all you got to say.
Well, we know that the whole OJ Bronco chase thing happened in June of '94. Like 95 million people tuned in here in America to watch the chase. So they're going to air that, and we're going to pretend that that's part of the match here, and it's not the OJ footage. But the rumor and innuendo is that it was suggested, what if OJ Simpson were to be a part of WrestleMania? Do you remember hearing that? What can you tell us about this?
Hell yeah. Well, Vince is going to use it. He's going to book it. And at one time, it was going to be Vince and God damn it, it's going to be Vince and Piper. Who are we talking about there? Vince and somebody. OJ. And I don't know if anybody in Vince's inner circle that was for it. Yeah. Stay away from it. And Vince was somewhat reluctant to make that decision, but he did. It was the right decision to make.
I just wish we wouldn't have even done the OJ footage. I realized at the time, things were different, but now it feels like, we're sort of maybe not the best thing, but
yeah, right.
It was a wild spectacle of a match, and by the time they get back in front of the live crowd, they're going to rip off the Goldust outfit of Dustin, and underneath we see him wearing some women's black lingerie. Goldust loses, Piper wins. It's a fun moment in this character's story and evolution, and probably, when you really think about what we're looking at, just the spectacle of what we're seeing, unimaginable at any point prior to this that you would see this happening in a WWF ring at WrestleMania, and then that's Dusty's son. That's the natural. Like, nobody would have ever imagined that this is where we would be. But the Goldust character now has made the mind of fans. Don't you agree?
He's a made man, Conrad. Paid his dues as Goldust is a made man.
Do you think, with the benefit of hindsight, that match and moment would have been better with Scott Hall, or did it work out the way it was supposed to with Roddy?
Oh, I think it worked out the way it was supposed to with Roddy. Roddy adds a different element. That's what made him Roddy right. There's only one. Good shot. I developed a great relationship with him over the years. Thanks to Jerry Briscoe. Piper trusted nobody. And I was just one of the office guys. And I told Briscoe, especially in the Carolinas, I wanted to develop a relationship with Roddy that he could trust. And I need your help. And Jerry went through the clutter, opened the door for me to have a relationship with Roddy. We took advantage of it and were very cooperative that day forward. Communication, trust, communication.